I kind of slid on the first part.
A little bit.
Just kind of
The new way of doing it, thanks to Mike Devine.
Yeah.
And our
Mike
Loosey
Devine chimes.
Our Loosey Goosey chime time. Welcome back, everybody. A cold, bitter day here in the Halton Hills area. Our Loosey Goosey show. Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Lee Lakin, and Leah Lywood's back in the studio with us this week. And
you might behave now.
Might behave. We'll see.
Yeah,
she hasn't got the big stick with her, so. Once again, welcome back. We're enjoying a beautiful sunny day here in Halton Hills, but it's bitter cold. That's our top story for today, and we're brought to you by
Max Tires. Max Tires, of course, they have the best deals on tires and accessories, and they also handle large trucks now as well.
Food trucks,
a lot of food trucks.
Yeah.
You know, when I come to work or when I come home, because I live in the same place up here. I always have a massive hunger coming up the stairs because there's always a picture of some gorgeous Panzerotti on the side of a truck.
Yeah.
We seem to do all the food trucks, you're right.
Yeah, quite a few of them. So, 61 Guelph Street, that's Max Tires. You can get snow tires, you get your car fixed, all kinds of good things that they're doing. So.
Yeah, well, they have a beautiful couch and a TV for you to relax while the vehicle's being done, and finger foods, I think. I'm not sure, but Sean's got his little nest down there. He takes care of the customers.
Yeah,
and he's the grand poobah that sits in the middle. So I guess our big story is it's been kind of, well, it's not a slow week, but it's one of those weeks.
Yeah.
The cold weather, of course, and it's not only Halton Hills; it's the entire continent.
Pretty much. They're saying the East Coast is getting slammed with minus 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
And up north, Iqaluit, a balmy high of minus 40 the other morning. They're sitting there in their shorts in Iqaluit right now because it's balmy and minus 40. So, and even the southern states, they're getting ice storms down there. So the whole thing is,
even places in Texas are getting slammed with ice, and down there they're not sure what to do with all that snow.
And we're saying it again, and I'm saying it again. When it's really windy and cold in this area, and you go out into the open areas, man, we need some snow fencing on Highway 7.
Yeah, big
honest
time.
to God. You get up at Silver Creek and across to Acton, that spread there, and you just can't see where you're going.
No.
I mean, the other night, total whiteouts, And you think the weather's fine in Georgetown, you're driving around, it's nice. It's cold, but it's nice, it's windy, whatever. But there in Acton, God doesn't like Acton in the wintertime, I'll tell you. It's nasty weather out there. Let's see if we can get some snow fencing back. At least try.
And the other thing I want to mention is people, stop parking on the streets.
Yeah.
Come on, people. This is ridiculous.
And then complaining because you get a ticket.
Yeah.
Well, the guys have got work to do. They've got to move snow around you.
Well, they don't want to injure the vehicle either. We all know what it costs to fix a vehicle.
Well,
right?
Exactly, and it's just something I need to mention. People, it's in wintertime. It's illegal for you to park overnight on the streets.
That's how our lives are run in Canada in the wintertime. We have to make sure that our roads are clear and that your vehicle is safe.
Exactly.
And it's not safe on the road, I'll tell you right now. Especially, one of those. Hits you, you're done. You're not going to.
They'll trash a car pretty quick. I drove for the town of Milton for 5 years in a big plow truck, and there were days where companies like Durani's, the towing company down there, would follow us to our routes and just start towing cars. Just tow.
Well, I mean, the other side of the coin is people that are trying to drive safely on these roads before they're cleared, and you got cars all over them.
Yeah.
There's a good chance you're going to get schmucked, and they slide into you or whatever.
And a reminder that exposure to cold weather can increase the risk of cold-related injuries, including frostbite, and I've had that, and that's not nice.
No.
And hypothermia, I haven't had that one yet, which can result in severe health consequences, according to a press release issued by the health department. So not only the weather conditions, your skin touching that cold air is not good for your skin.
No.
And frostbite can be nasty. I mean, it's not pleasant.
Be very, very nasty, and and that we're going to be talking about that in a few minutes about the church here in town doing some great things. But we were talking about the budget and stuff last week on last week's show, and the police getting an increase in the budget, the increase in the property taxes for everybody. But following rigorous decisions, Halton Hills Council and staff revised the proposed 2023 budget recommendation to cut taxes during a budget committee meeting on January 30th and January 31st. The budget will be finalized during the February 13th council meeting. You can also go to the Independent and get some more details on what's going to happen there. So yeah, it's still some decisions that have to be made, I guess. That I think there were people that were concerned with the last budget, so they're going to.
That's the stuff that we have to talk about, basically.
Pretty much.
The budget. It's important to many, many people, of course, in our area. Now, of course, the cold weather, as we were just talking about, and this is from the Independent as well. It's the kind of night that prompted Knox Presbyterian Church to open its doors for Out of the Cold, and we have to take our hats off to those guys, because
absolutely.
They're doing a wonderful service for the community. As a matter of fact, all the churches are starting to really pitch in. Open for about, I guess, a couple of months now. Out of the Cold offers shelter, a cot, and a couple of hot meals to those without somewhere to sleep at night, which is a serious problem. And the temperatures, of course, minus 20. Reverend Steve Boos hopes that some of those without shelter will spend the night at the church. Since opening, Boos said that the church has been able to open their refuge free to 4 times a week on average, depending on the availability of volunteers. That's the problem. Getting people to volunteer for it. But if I had time, I'd like to. I just don't have the time, you know what I mean? But since opening, they've been getting the people in there. There's some people that are homeless in the area that are staying away, haven't gained their trust yet.
Right.
And that's the tent people, the tent city that we have around here. We do have one, you know. But and that's what he says. It's hard to get their confidence.
Yeah.
But I think they will. And for God's sakes, you know, if you're a human being, you shouldn't be out in this weather.
These temperatures haven't been here this year yet.
That's
so
it.
Now, so there may not be an option for some.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, get inside.
We've had a pretty mild winter, really, if you think about it.
Well, we've had a good so far.
No snow, nothing. It's no rain.
And then we got 15 and 15 back to back. You know what I mean? And within 3 days.
Yeah.
Here's the season.
So remember that, people. You know, you see somebody that is on the streets or whatever, direct them towards Knox. Knox
It's right downtown Georgetown. You can't miss it. And then it's the Church Street entrance you have to go in, by the way. And you're going to get a meal. You're going to get something hot to eat. It's a shame they don't have bathing facilities there. These people can have a shower or something, you know. Because that's what, if I was homeless, that would be my number one. I miss my toiletries, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be the first priority for me, is I got to forget the food, just let me have a shower, please. It must be awful when you think about it.
Couldn't imagine. Don't want to imagine, to be honest with you.
And the families that are involved, it's such a sad time for them, because they're watching their family members go through this. I mean, and some people are stubborn; they stay out.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't like you, and I'm staying out here just to spite you. You know.
This has been an ongoing story. We've been seeing lots of stories about this, and again, this comes from the Independent. Nashville North, and been charged now. A couple people at Nashville North after an investigation of a business operating out of the former Nashville location. Police began the investigation after numerous complaints from Norville residents about the events taking place on Guelph Street there. Halton police say the events have been taking place regularly in the evening hours and on the weekends, and have drawn very large crowds, and I've even driven by and seen, a lot of people. Charged with 2 counts of unlawfully selling liquor contrary to the Liquor License Control Act is a 53-year-old man from Brampton, Richard Marshall. There's been a lot of stuff going on there, and no liquor license. So,
well, you know,
too bad about the liquor, because you know what, Nashville North, when I was growing up, was one of the few places that we had to go, even when they had the teen nights without alcohol. Right? So it's kind of a shame that this is going down the way it is. I mean, that's been there for how many years?
Well, it used to be a big band, a thing.
It's changed. Club 2000, each
Riviera.
There's been so many names.
West 7, it was called at one time.
I did a show there with Honeymoon Suite, Kim Mitchell. We've had some good bands coming in.
I saw Trooper there.
Trooper was there, I remember that.
I saw Alanis Morissette.
And it's But again, you know, the stories that we heard a couple years back was it was actually going to be condemned, and they were going to put apartment buildings up there. And
I heard
don't know
that
what's
they were going to
happened
put a
there.
park in there, which is a great place for a park, I guess. But I guess not.
But so, well, it'd be interesting to see how they move forward with this. So,
Well, they did come to us, didn't they, and wanted to advertise on our platforms, and we had to reject them because they don't have a liquor license.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get into
We
it
can't
with people.
endorse that type
I have
of
nothing personally
behavior.
against
Yeah.
you folks down there, but we're not going to.
Get the liquor
involved.
license,
Yeah.
and we'll help you out.
Yeah, and try and control your crowds for the people down there. And you got to remember, Norval used to be a drinking spot years ago because the Hollywood was down
Hollywood.
there.
Hollywood.
Oh boy.
And you know, I mean, people in Norval, come on. I mean, there's bars everywhere. You know, and I understand though when it was Nashville North the last time, there was a lot of problems with
Well, violence
guests.
and
People were urinating on somebody's lawn at
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning.
So
That's
they need
ridiculous.
to have like a security. They
They
need to
need
have
to
people
have it-
out and around
Yes.
watching the exterior as much
Yeah.
as the interior
I mean,
all the time.
That's right, and you've got to
Right.
do that. You got to crack that whip and get people out of there. Go home. Get out of here. That's it. Crack that whip. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the whole matter. Anyway, but I wish them well if they you know, but keep the
do it legal at least.
do it legal and please respect your neighbors. They're not getting along very well with the owner. The local owners and the owners of Nashville are not getting along very well right now. So you gotta
Got to work with everybody.
put a white flag out and start again. You know, if you're gonna be there, but control your crowds. Is what I say, and get them out of there right away. Boom.
You
done.
can have a crowd, but you got to have the manpower too.
Yeah.
That's going to make sure it stays.
Yep.
Now, talking about problems locally, this is another one. Halton Hills Council is tackling graffiti now. This is from the Independent as well. Graffiti is on the rise across Halton Hills, something that's now officially on Town Council's radar, apparently. At the January 23rd meeting, a resolution was passed to address the increasing number of incidents, which has been seen everywhere, actually, from under the bridge or on garbage cans outside the funeral home to the side and private property-owned buildings as well. There was some on the Legion downtown, which really,
Yeah.
remember that a couple of years ago? That really upset us. To that end, town staff, in consultation with the Halton Hills Chamber of Commerce and Acton and Georgetown Business Improvement Areas, are now working out details on how graffiti can be reported and dealt with. And they have to deal with graffiti in every community. I mean, just look at the freight trains coming through.
Oh, but some of it's really cool. Like
Yeah.
It's talent. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
That's
Is
the
that
thing.
what it is? They have their own language, don't they?
They do, but
Pretty
it's,
much.
It's art.
Don't they?
It's art, and
Yeah.
some of it, and unfortunately, but fortunately, or however you want to look at it, there's talent there, but they need to utilize it in a different manner.
Well, you know, I mean, painting areas of town like the utility boxes. It's a great idea.
Those were awesome.
you know, and they're still there, right in
Even
front of-
downtown,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
No, very cool. So we are kicking off Black History Month. February is Black History Month,
as always.
and there's a lineup of free events, including community reading program, guest speakers, a painting workshop. The town of Halton Hills is inviting individuals to participate in free programs spotlighting Black creativity throughout February, promoting Black History Month during the January 23rd council meeting. Mayor Ann Lawler said the town partners with community-led cultural organizations throughout the year to foster understanding through learning and make Halton Hills a more inclusive and an equitable place to live, work, and play. The town will also recognize Black History Month through a proclamation. Stop doing that. Submitted by the African Caribbean Council of Halton. And so very cool. I know the
Lots of things going on.
Helsing Gallery usually does something as well with Black artists as well. So
Lots of things going on
Yep.
around town. Just check the town website for
yeah,
Black History.
go to haltonhills.ca and you
Yep.
can find out everything that's going
That's
on.
a great website
well,
the town has.
we've shared it as well. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to find it and maybe bump it up again,
Yeah.
because that was one of the links we got from the town that I shared.
We're gonna have to get Ann to do her message the way Mr. Mann used to do
Mr.
them.
Burnett. Yeah.
You know, her monthly. That would. I used to enjoy hearing what Rick had to say every month. And come on, let's
Well, maybe she will.
get you on the air.
It's only been a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
she's
take
settling
over,
in.
It takes a lot of time, I think, to get into that place and keep everything up. Right?
Exactly.
So hopefully, you know, as time
Maybe we
goes,
can get her on the show in the future, talking about a few things. And we're halfway through the show.
Halfway already.
Halfway through the show. And the big problem right now that Halton Police are warning about is distraction-style thefts. And it's happening a lot lately, if you think about it. Well, it even happened to me the other day in the parking lot. Some guy wanted me to look away. I said, you know, he said, I'm from Brampton. Do you have any, I don't have a job. I'm going into food basics there. And I said, buddy, can you give me $5? I said to him, you know, but you got to watch. I'm not saying he was or wasn't,
That's
but I'm
everywhere.
saying it's a
I've had it
distraction.
happen.
You know.
Well, especially the older people in the shop when they're shopping and stuff seems to be the main one. That somebody will distract them, and then they walk up and out of their purse they go, and you know.
Wallets being stolen directly out of one's purse while distracted is the biggest, apparently. Halton Regional Police Service suggests individuals stay vigilant, and police said the scam usually occurs while one is shopping. So be really careful.
I don't
when
bring
you're
my
out
purse
shopping.
in. I take my bank card, I put it in my coat pocket, and I go in.
Yeah. I only take my wallet out of my pocket when I'm paying, and I put it right back in again, man. It stays right by my groin. My wallet.
So
And you got to do that. You can't be flashing your wallet around.
No.
Many shoppers leave their purses on or other personal belongings unattended in shopping carts as well. When you turn back from your shopping cart to grab an item, and you know some criminal sees your purse right in front of his eyes, and you're looking the other way at the cheese rack, he's going to grab your purse.
Yep.
And you got to watch it, folks. And seniors, please, if it sounds too good to be true, or if it sounds fishy, it probably is. When you get phone calls,
Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a duck.
they're nailing the seniors with the phone calls. I'll tell you.
But they have always been.
Yeah.
You know, with internet now and phone calls, because the seniors go, that's really neat. Oh, I want to know more about this.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
So
Too bad.
so people just be diligent. Be think on your toes and be aware.
and watch. You know, not everyone is wonderful and nice in this world. You got to
Exactly.
remember that.
Unfortunately,
And, you know, and not only seniors, everyone, all of us, we all have to watch. And you know, when you're in your bank machine there with your card, make sure you take your card. Because I'll tell you, if you lose your card, you're going through a lot of hell to get it back.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're also taking the chance of somebody being able to wipe out your bank account. It happened to me. I left it. Yeah, well, you get doing things, right? A receipt, this, that. You forget your card. I mean, it's easy to do. It is.
See, I don't get a receipt. I just do it as receipt. I say
Yeah.
no. I go online if I need to see it.
No, I'm old school. I'm Archie Bunker. I like to see things in black and white now. That's how much money I have. You know what I mean? It's an old thing, you know, for old guys.
This is a great story. I love this one, especially being diabetic myself. Diabetes Canada recently transformed the Georgetown Toyota location into a casino night gala and raised $78,000 to support kids with type 1 diabetes.
Wow.
Featuring live performances, community awards, a 50-50 raffle, casino games, and among tons of other things. It's the first annual All to End Diabetes Casino Night, and they welcomed 150 people, which is just outstanding. The event proceeds will be used to offer medically supervised real summer camp experience to 31 children across the Halton region. The Community Engagement Coordinator Olivia Grossi commented on that. The camp will be hosted from July through August at Huntsville Camp in Honduras, located in Lake Wasau. My daughter went to it when she was, I think, 11, and just had a blast. She loved it. It was an awesome time. And again, they're supervised, so you know they can keep their numbers in check, and just a fantastic idea. So yeah, that's very cool.
Hats off to Georgetown Toyota as well for giving them the space to do it.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Finn,
and hello
Finn,
to Jody
way to
and
go.
all the gang over at Georgetown Toyota. We love
Yep.
you, you know that. they're a great business, and that's where my Toyota goes when it needs major surgery.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's something Toyota has to do, take it to Georgetown Toyota.
No, that was dynamite. 78 grand. That's a lot of
That's
dough.
a lot of money.
That's a lot of dough.
money, man. They're good. And well, we've got Halton police have arrested 4 suspects, including 3 Utes, in connection with that pharmacy robbery in downtown Georgetown we talked about on Wednesday, which is a week ago now. But you know, I mean, you've got the Sally Ann was robbed.
I know.
And then you've got now I don't know if it's the same people. Let's hope it is. Get these people off the streets. Wednesday at around 2:30 p.m., 4 males entered the Georgetown Pharmacy on Mill Street. Halton police said that 3 staff members were pushed before the suspects stole pharmaceutical drugs. They're after drugs nowadays, not the money. They want the drugs, man. That's what they're after, I guess. Oxycontin or whatever. And of course, they'll take the cash as well. No physical injuries. And we talked about this last week, but it's a pretty big story. You know, you have bank robberies, and we have robberies and in this area, which seem to be getting more and more lately. You know, I mean, usually we get 1 or 2 a year. Now we're getting 1 or 2 every 3 months. You know?
Wow, we're getting one almost every week now.
Yeah.
It seems to be. It's
Fortunately, 'tis the times everywhere.
yeah, it is.
People just don't have money, I guess. You know what I mean?
or drugs.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Hard to have drugs when you don't have money.
That too, you know, it's that vicious circle. Some cool things going on this weekend in the Halton Hills area. We've been talking about this story for a little while. The Upper Credit Humane Society has a book, puzzle, and game sale going on February 3rd to 5th at Georgetown Marketplace. It's time to support the animals while restocking your bookshelf. Books, puzzles, and games will be on sale from February 3rd to February 5th from 8 p.m. February 4th from 10 a.m. and to 5 p.m. and February 5th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the mall across from Mark's Work Warehouse. Proceeds to benefit the Humane Society Relocation Fund. We still haven't heard whether they have come to terms on a deal with the township to extend their stay there or what's going to happen. But anything you can do to help.
Yeah, we should. You know, I'd love to do a show up there one weekend when it gets warmer.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
I would be in my heaven with all those dogs and cats. It'd be awesome.
Well, that's the other problem. They have an abundance of them since
I know.
COVID.
I know.
Too many people being home and thought, you know, that'd be great to have an animal. And when everything opened up and they got busy again, they all started returning to the shelters because I don't have time and now these poor animals.
Don't take an animal, folks,
abundantly.
because when you take an animal, it becomes a part of your
Life.
family.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
Right.
Ignite the Nights happening February 3rd, 4th at Terracotta Conservation Area. That's this weekend. And visitors can hike or snowshoe on trails lit up by fire and lights every weekend until March the 4th. That'd be a pretty cool experience, wouldn't it? 1 hour ice skating rink reservations will be available as conditions permit as well. Equipment will be available to rent on February the 4th, and registration is not required. But it's something that you can take your kids along with, and the whole family will have some fun walking around the woods.
It's going to be a chilly walk, mind you.
It would
but
be a chilly walk.
Very, very chilly, that's for sure.
So you really have to ignite the night.
Yes, there you go.
Big fire.
Also, Saturday, they have Hurry Hard for Hospice. It's starting at 9:30 a.m. at the club at North Halton. This charity curling event is raising funds for the Townsend Smith Foundation's goal to build Halton's first hospice. Tickets for the event are $100 and cover registration, lunch, 2 games, and door prizes for each person. And you can. We didn't get an address for that registration. So
I'll just contact the club at North Halton.
Yeah.
I'll let you know all about it. Just go to their website and check it
Absolutely.
out. And drop in family story time happening February the 4th, 10 a.m. at the Halton Hills Public Library. We'll always do a great job.
Yep.
Georgetown and Acton branches both explore new themes each week through stories, rhymes, and songs, and no registration is required for that either. So there you go.
right on.
And of course, somebody broke into Cooper Standard.
Yeah, they were saying that the Halton police are investigating a break and enter at the facility here in Georgetown that once housed a global manufacturing company. Police say sometime over January 28th and 29th weekend, an entry door was pried open at the Wall Street building, previously occupied by Cooper Standard, which supplied components for the automotive industry, and somebody went in and stole a bunch of copper.
Yeah, well, copper's worth some money.
It's worth some dough, right? So, you know, but yeah, the plant just sitting there, you know, empty.
What are they going to do with that place?
No idea.
Are they who's going to move in there? You'd have to be an industrial, or just knock the building down, put
Or
something
somebody
else
with
up
money
there.
who's going to completely gut it and change it to what they want.
Yeah,
Who
pretty
knows?
much.
That's a huge area of land
yeah.
there. Huge building. The Georgetown Raiders defeated the Milton Menace 3-1 Friday night. It's always sweet when we beat Milton.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you. And they're on the road tonight, Friday. So by the time you see this, the game will be over. But they're in Oakville on Friday night. And home game, 5:30 p.m. Great new time at Mold Masters against the Aurora Tigers. And Aurora's a pretty good team this year. They're not bad. We're third, I think, in our side now in the OJHL. I was explaining how important the OJHL was on social media last week on our platforms.
Yeah.
You got to realize, and a lot of people that don't understand hockey think, oh, it's a bunch of kids playing. Well, no. This is the building block league for the OHL.
Exactly.
And the American Hockey League and the National Hockey League. You know, there's so many players out there that used to play for the Raiders or that are from Georgetown. And I try and, you know, if Dickinson scores for Chicago, I'll let everybody know.
Yeah.
I'm even going to try and link up a video if I can, because we're very proud of our players here. Those that have gone on to better things in the NHL. You know?
Absolutely.
These kids are going. Some of these kids are going to the NHL.
Yeah.
Like Jack Hughes, who plays for New Jersey, one of the leading scorers in the NHL. Who did he play for? The Georgetown Raiders. And he's playing for the New Jersey Devils right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm so proud of our local league and how well the new owners are running the Georgetown Raiders.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Yeah.
I think Aaron and the gang, and I love the trainer. He's just such a great guy. Just a great team. But next year, we're going to introduce you to the players and get you to know the players, because we're going to go have interviews with them and talk to them.
Yep.
I get to meet Johnny Mead, who's I love Johnny Mead. He's one of my favorite players. He's always in the middle of everything, you know what I mean? But good luck against the Aurora Tigers, boys. Let's go get them. And
who are they playing Saturday?
Aurora Tigers.
Aurora,
yeah,
okay.
the Aurora Tigers.
All right.
The famed Aurora Tigers.
Shows how much I was paying attention.
Yeah, there you go. But it's nothing like going out to a Saturday night hockey game and having a hot dog and a Coke and watching.
You don't have to worry
boys.
about the Leafs this weekend, because it's All-Star weekend for the NHL this weekend. So there's no NHL games going on this weekend. So you can take the kids, like you say. It starts at 5:30 and check it out at Mold Masters. It's well worth it.
I'll tell you one thing about the All-Star break. You know, I love hockey and you know that, but I don't really watch the game because it's a game of shinny, really.
Really,
I watch the skills. Because I
I
want
do
to see that. I'm a big kid when it comes to that.
Exactly. The skills competition's fun, and this year they've got a bunch of girls from the U.S. and Canada hockey team, the women's hockey teams, that are joining them in the skills competition. Yeah. So
Should
that's
be a weekend of fun.
I enjoy watching the skills. I do. It's fun. They joke around and they dress up in funny hats and stuff, and just have fun with it. So,
well, as John Tortorella says, the manager of the Flyers, or the coach, I really don't give a shit about the All-Star game.
There's a lot of people that don't. They just think it's
not
a
as big
waste.
as it used to be.
No, I agree.
Because of the lack of hitting. But you can't hit. I mean, I can understand it.
You don't want
it's a show.
You
right?
don't want a player to get injured
at
an All-Star game.
Like,
And,
it's supposed to be fun anyway.
Exactly.
So anyway, don't forget we have a radio station, Halton Hills Online. And Big Daddy's on in the morning. Leah's on middays. Leah's on in the afternoon. We have Moose Tracks and, of course, the Gatekeeper at night. With all of your favorite music, and we love programming the station because we play a variety of songs. On the weekends, we play a lot of oldies. We have a weekend graffiti, of course, at 6 a.m. every Saturday and Sunday morning. We play all the songs from like 55 to 1963. Before the Beatles came along, when rock and roll was innocent. Well, as innocent as rock and roll could have been.
Could have been, anyway.
But we call it weekend graffiti, and it's Ronnie Hawkins, it's Buddy Holly, it's Chuck Berry, it's Fats Domino, it's all the oldies. And then we have oldies from 9 to noon, and then country in the afternoon, which Leah tunes into with Bud the Spud on a Stick every Saturday and Sunday afternoon. They're on the couch holding hands listening to country music. It's one of those things.
He doesn't have a hand. How can I?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. Bud the Spud on a
Holding-
Stick doesn't
holding
have any
hands and
hands.
You're
stick.
telling stories out of tales here.
I'm just getting her going, that's it. Thank you so much for putting up with us for another 35 minutes on Halton Hills today.
Yeah.
And we're brought to you by Max Tires, 905-873-9.
255.
There you go. See?
Because you got it wrong.
So
we
you
got
I
missed
got it
that
right.
one last week.
we got
I know she'd be watching.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sean says you got my phone number wrong.
Yeah, last week I know. But yeah, it was funny.
And Lee, community is driven.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, community is driven by community.
you navigate and we drive.
There you go.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We've had a great week. I hope you have a fantastic week. Stay safe out there. Big Daddy Russ Horton. I'm Lee Lakin for Leah Lywood. Have a fantastic week, and we'll catch everybody next week.
I'm gonna have a chocolate covered jujube. From who is this? George?
Joe's.
Joe's.
Have a great week, everybody.
You'll be all right.
I'll be all right.
All right.